Agriculture continues to play a fundamental role in food security. It's also a key contributor to fight poverty and create much-needed jobs. The sector's critical role was demonstrated at this year's Nampos Harvest Week in the Free State. Some lawmakers took time to interact with the agricultural sector to understand what the farmers need from government to grow the industry.
Food security is right at the top of the agenda now of things like the G20, the G7, the African Union and the like. And I think agriculture is now starting to be seen as its rightful importance in the social fabric, in the health of a nation. And I think that is why we've seen such an unmitigated presence of senior people here, and I certainly am really delighted the President and Deputy President and other ministers have been here because we need to work together as government to be able to make this a sector that can grow and help us to create economic growth and jobs.
Farmers believe a strong food secure country is essential to feed the population and the neighboring countries.
For us locally, I think food security is important. As you know, in the world there are more and more people, and we need to produce food for those people. So food security is extremely important. We as producers are trying to produce equipment that are able to save farmers time and money and allow them to be more effective, to produce more with the same amount of time and land available to them, so that they can be more effective in what they're doing, and by doing that, ensuring that, well, for the whole of South Africa and the world, we can produce enough food, and especially on the protein side.
I think it's very important to protect the food security of our country, because the moment if there's land grabs, for instance, we are putting at risk the food security of our country, and we must be able to provide for the 60 to 70 million people of our country. So it's for me for utmost importance that we must protect the farmers. It doesn't matter what farmers, if it's vegetables or chicken or beef or sheep farmers, we must protect them. And about the export markets, I think it's outside capital that comes into our country. So it's very important that we don't lose that markets. I mean, there's a big possibility that, like this foot and mouth disease at this stage, it's a big problem in our country. And if we are not able to provide the sheep or the meat or whatever you call it to the outside world, they are just going to the next country to do the imports there, and then we lose a lot of capital.
The business sector also wants to improve trade amongst the emerging businesses on the African continent.
But what we are promoting is we obviously represented in 20 countries across the continent. We've got our teams from Africa and from across the continent, as well as clients here today. And it's around networking, creating engagements between clients in South Africa, farmers across the continent, and to see how they can engage, get to know each other, and begin the process of trading with each other. So we're trying to open that piece up. We also have local people on the ground in all of those countries who understand the environment, understand the players within the market, and we can obviously facilitate introductions between various agricultural clients.
The banking sector says despite all the efforts to help, climate change sometimes poses a major challenge to the agricultural sector and a threat to food security. Ishmael Mudiba, SABC News, Bothaville, Free State.